It had been quite a day. Katie discovered that with empty paper towel rolls, you could make a very long pipe that traveled up the stairs. Orbie tried not breaking a taco in pieces when he bit into it, but it didn't work. And both of them discovered that if you stack up a lot of marshmallows, most of them land on the floor. As the day wore on, Katie and Orbie had done all the things in the house that interested them. In Katie's bedroom, they built a fort with blocks. Then they knocked it down with a plastic dragon. Then they lined up all the stuffies and gave them a tea party. And they stacked the puzzle boxes up. And some of them fell over, making a dreadful mess. And then they tried bowling the standing blocks to see if they would fall over. Then they had to hide under the covers because a horrible monster was coming. The monster opened the door and Katie giggled and Orbie hiccuped under the covers. The monster said, "What happened in here? It looks like this room was hit by a hurricane." Suddenly, Katie and Orbie felt a definite tickling sensation. Gales of laughter broke out. When they came out from under the covers, Dad asked them to please consider tidying up. Now, in truth, Katie and Orbie did put 2 or 3 blocks away. I know that Katie meant to put the little red fire truck away, too, but she suddenly made a siren sound, and they were rolling out the hose and spraying Katie's bookcase with pretend water. Orbie said it was the worst fire he had ever seen. When Katie chuckled and said he had never seen a fire, a soft pillow hit her ploof in the back of her head. And Katie grabbed another pillow, and they were just about to get into the pillow fight of the century when Dad asked if they were considering tidying up yet. Both of them thought that tidying up was the most boring thing to do. Orbie had an idea, a puzzle race. Katie looked at him in disbelief. "What is so exciting about making a puzzle?" she asked. Orbie pointed out that usually a puzzle is in the box, and you know what pieces go with it. But right now, 2 puzzles were spilled on the floor, and you really couldn't tell which pieces went where. "You're right, Orbie," she said. "Finding one whole puzzle will be very tricky. Let's do it." Now, the only available flat place in the room was the bed, so with Orbie's help, Katie straightened out the blankets and made the bed smooth for the puzzles. They each chose their puzzles and the side of the bed to do them on. Katie's puzzle was a castle, and Orbie's was a dog curled up with a cat. They laid out the lids with the pictures on them and set about hunting for pieces. There was terrific laughing as puzzle pieces flew through the air. But at the same time, they ended up with a problem. They were missing a whole lot of pieces. Orbie suggested that they pick up the blocks and see if the missing pieces were underneath. So on mark, get set, go, the 2 friends charged for the blocks and put them on the shelf as fast as they could. Every single time they found a puzzle piece, they charged across the room and put the piece in. The puzzle started to get easier. Orbie found 3 pieces at a time when he lifted up one of Katie's running shoes, and that put him way ahead. Discouraged, Katie picked up the red fire engine that was right in her way. Underneath, she found a pile of pieces. Orbie got so excited that he got up and jumped on the bed. Katie whooped because the puzzles broke apart, and Orbie jumped off immediately as Katie headed toward hers and snapped it together again. They both couldn't help giggling and making all kinds of noises to let the other one know that they were going as fast as they could. Soon as all the blocks were gone, Katie was still missing a lot of pieces. Orbie was only missing a few. They looked at the floor. Maybe there were pieces underneath the block shelf. Both of them dove down at the same time and bumped heads, but not hard. Orbie snatched a piece to his puzzle out and raced back to the bed. Katie was having a tough time reaching one of hers. She stretched and wriggled and did most everything she could think of to get that piece out. And just as she had about given up hope of winning the race, she noticed a paper towel roll lying near her on the floor. Orbie raced around the room, hunting for his last 3 pieces. Katie grabbed the roll and flicked the puzzle piece out, which was great because guess what was inside the roll? Another piece. Katie grabbed the 2 pieces and headed for the bed. She told Orbie what she'd found. Orbie laughed. He only needed 2 more. Katie looked at her puzzle. Winning didn't look too good. She needed 3 more. He needed only 2. Then they agreed to get all of the stuffies out of the way and then see if they could find the last pieces. Again they did. Mark, get set, go. Orbie picked up the stuffies and threw them in their corner like a stuffy picker-upper machine. Just as Katie was about to throw her teddy bear into the pile, she noticed something in his collar. And when she looked closely, she found another piece. Her teddy was helping her catch up to Orbie. The stuffies were gone, and the blocks were gone, and toys that were on the floor weren't there anymore, and still both of them were missing 2 pieces. And they raced around like 2 wild children hunting for the last pieces. Orbie looked under the bed. Katie looked on the shelves. Nothing. Over by Katie's dresser there were some clothes and costumes on the floor. They did. Mark, get set, go again. Clothes went into the drawers and in the hampers, and they really didn't find anything at all. Then Orbie saw it. Katie saw it too. Orbie made a squeak and dove for Katie's other running shoe. Katie tried to beat him to it, but he got there first. He turned over the shoe, and out fell 4 pieces. They were the very 4 pieces they were looking for. Both scrambled to pick up what belonged to their puzzle and raced to the bed. At the same time, they shouted, "Done!" Actually, Orbie whistled it. Just at that moment, Dad opened the door saying, "It really is time right now for you two to tidy up the Dad didn't even finish the sentence. He was looking at the room in disbelief. Katie and Orbie looked at the room, too. In their puzzle race, they had tidied up the whole horrible mess and had never even noticed it. Dad felt that they deserved a milkshake. Katie decided that she would keep her room tidy from now on. She did try, but about 3 days later, there was another even mightier house hurricane, which required a 2-puzzle race. I wonder who won. Don't you?
Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Some animals carry their homes on their backs. Turtles, snails, and hermit crabs all have shells that can protect them from danger. They don't have to carry keys. And they'll never forget their address.